Her tender brood, the forest savage queen, ere on their crest their rugged manes appear, before their mouths by nature armed been, or paws have strength the silly lamb to tear, so leadeth forth to prey and makes them keen, and learns by her ensample not to fear the hunter, in whose desert woods that takes the lesser beasts, whereon his feast he makes. The noble father and his hardy crew fierce Solyman on every side invade. At once all six upon the Soldan flew, with lances sharp and strong encounters made. His broken spear the eldest boy down threw, and boldly, over boldly, drew his blade, wherewith he strove, but strove therewith in vain, the pagan steed, unmarked, to have slain. But as a mountain or a cape of land, assailed with storms and seas on every side, doth unremoved, steadfast, still withstand storm, thunder, lightning, tempest, wind, and tide, the Soldan so withstood Latinus' band, and unremoved did all their justs abide. And of that hapless youth who hurt his steed, down to the chin he cleft in twain the head. Kind Aramant, who saw his brother slain, to hold him up stretched forth his friendly arm. O foolish kindness, and O pity vain, to add our proper loss to others' harm. The prince let fall his sword, and cut in twain about his brother twined the child's weak arm. Down from their saddles both together slide, together mourned they, and together died. That done, Sabino's lance with nimble force he cut in twain, and 'gainst the stripling bold he spurred his steed, that underneath his horse the hardy infant tumbled on the mould, whose soul, out-squeezed from his bruised corpse, with ugly painfulness forsook her hold, and deeply mourned that of so sweet a cage she left the bliss and joys of youthful age. But Picus yet and Lawrence were on live, whom at one birth their mother fair brought out, a pair whose likeness made the parents strive, oft which was which, and joyed in their doubt. But what their birth did undistinguished give, the Soldan's rage made known, for Picus stout, headless, at one huge blow he laid in dust, and through the breast his gentle brother thrust. Their father, but no father now, alas, when all his noble sons at once were slain, in their 5 deaths so often murdered was, I know not how his life could him sustain, except his heart were forged of steel or brass, yet still he lived, pardie, he saw not plain their dying looks, although their deaths he knows, it is some ease not to behold our woes. He wept not, for the night her curtains spread between his cause of weeping and his eyes, but still he mourned, and on sharp vengeance fed, and thinks he conquers, if revenged he dies. He thirsts the Soldan's heathenish blood to shed, and yet his own it less than naught doth prize. Nor can he tell whether he liefer would, or die himself, or kill the pagan bold. At last, is this right hand, quoth he, so weak that thou disdain'st against me to use thy might? Can it not do? Can this tongue nothing speak that may provoke thine ire, thy wrath and spite? With that he struck, his anger great to wreak, a blow that pierced the mail and metal bright, and in his flank set ope a floodgate wide, whereat the blood outstreamed from his side. Provoked with his cry, and with that blow, the Turk upon him 'gan his blade discharge. He cleft his breastplate, having first pierced through, lined with 7 bulls' hides his mighty targe, and sheathed his weapons in his guts below. Wretched Latinus at this issue large, and at his mouth poured out his vital blood, and sprinkled with the same his murdered brood. An Apennine, like as a sturdy tree, against the winds that makes resistance stout, if with a storm it overturned be, falls down and breaks the trees and plants about. So Latine fell, and with him felled he, and slew the nearest of the pagans' rout, a worthy end, fit for a man of fame, that dying slew, and conquered, overcame.